श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय, श्री रूपादि की जय, श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय। हरे कृष्णा। So we are just three of us so far here today. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 11, the universal law, Vishwarupa Darshan Yoga. And we have so far read and discussed first four verses. So the chapter begins with Arjuna requesting Lord Shri Krishna. First, he says that whatever knowledge you have given me, whatever you have talked about, by hearing that those instructions, my illusion is completely dispelled. My illusion is completely gone now. But now he says he has heard about his appearance, disappearance, and how he has entered in this material world, and how he is sustaining the whole world with just a fragment of his energy, the fraction of his energy. But he is interested now how he is supporting this energy and how his energy, in which form, in the Vishwarupa Darshan form, he has entered in everything in this material world or in this universe, particular universe. So now he wants to see how you have entered in this cosmic manifestation in this universe. I want to see that form of yours. That's what Arjuna is asking Krishna. And how to ask, that's what we saw in the fourth verse, that he's requesting him, he's not challenging or demanding him. That's how a Vaishnava, a devotee, a bhakta deals with Krishna. He doesn't challenge Krishna because he has already accepted in the 12th verse of the 10th chapter. Arjuna has accepted already that you are the Supreme, Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan, Purusham, Shashvatam, Divyam, Adidevam, Ajam Vibham. So he accepted that Krishna is the Supreme Brahman, Parabrahma. He is the Supreme Abode, Param Dhama. And he's Purusha, he's a person, he's the Supreme Enjoyer. He's Shashvat, he's Divya, transcendental, beyond this material world, beyond this creation, beyond the perception of our senses. And Adi Devam, he is even the origin of all the Devatas. He is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the source of all the Devatas. Hare Krishna, Rajesh Babu.
Hare Krishna.
So Arjuna has accepted that. And Prabhupada many times say that Krishna is the speaker of Bhagavad Gita and Arjuna is the listener or hearer of the Bhagavad Gita. And through Arjuna, we are getting this knowledge. And Krishna is the perfect speaker because he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is God himself. And Arjuna is the perfect listener or perfect person to get this knowledge because he is Bhakto Sime Sakha Chaiti, Krishna says in the 4th chapter. That he is a devotee dedicated to Krishna and he is friend of Krishna. So when we study Bhagavad Gita, our understanding of Bhagavad Gita should align with that of Arjuna. If it does not align, that means we have not understood Bhagavad Gita. That means we have some problem in our understanding. We have some faults in our understanding. And Arjuna accepts Krishna as the Supreme God. Arjuna says, Krishna, whatever you are telling me, I accept that. And not only I accept, he gives some authorities, he gives some background that not only me, but the great sages like Asita, Devala, Vyasa, Narada Muni, all the great personalities who are authority of Vedic literature, they also accept you as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They also accept you as the source of everything. And that's why he's he's asking him in a humble way that if you think that I am able to hold the Vishwarup, your cosmic form, oh my Lord, then kindly show me that unlimited universal's form. And this is what we saw or we read last week. So in next few verses, what Lord Krishna responses to Arjuna's question, that's what we'll see. Next about 4 verses or so. So let's read the verse. śrī-bhagavān uvāca.
श्रीभगवान् उवाच
पश्य मे पार्थ रूपाणि
पश्य मे पार्थ रूपाणि
शतशोथ सहस्रशः
शतशोधसहस्रशः
नानाविधानि दिव्यानि
दिव्यानि
नानावर्णाकृतीनि च
नानावर्णाकृतीनि च
श्रीभगवानुवाच पश्य मे पार्थ रूपाणि
पश्य मे पार्थ रूपाणि
शतशोथ सहस्रशः
शतशोधसहस्रशः
नानाविधानि दिव्यानि
नानाविधानि दिव्यानि
नानावर्णाकृतीनि च
नानावर्णाकृतीनि च
Sunil Prabhu, you want to lead the verse? You and Mataji sit there.
श्रीभगवान् उवाच
भगवान् उवाच
पश्य मे पार्थरूपाणि
पश्य मे पार्थरूपाणि
शतशोथसहस्रश
शतशोधसहस्रशः
नानाविधानि दिव्यानि
नानाविधानि दिव्यानि
नानावर्णाकृतीनि च
नानावर्णाकृतीनि च.
Thank you, Sunil Prabhu. So, word for word meaning. śrī-bhagavān uvāca means the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna said. Paśya means just see. Me means my. Pārtha means this he is addressing Arjuna here. O son of Pṛthā, O Pārtha. Rūpāṇi means the forms, Rūpa. śataśo means hundreds. Tathā means also. sahasraśaḥ means thousands. nānā-vidhāni means of many varieties, variegated. divyāni means divine, transcendental. Nānā means variegated or in multiple. Varṇa means colors. Akṛtīni means forms. Akṛtīni, sorry, means forms. And cha means also. So Lord Krishna is saying, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Arjuna, O son of Pṛthā, see now my opulences, hundreds of thousands of varied, divine and multicolor forms. So when Arjuna asked Lord Shri Krishna that I want to see your Vishwarup, I want to see how you have entered in this universe, that cosmic manifestation of yours, in what form you have entered and you are sustaining this whole creation. I want to see that form of yours. And here Krishna is saying, now you see my opulence. So he is immediately saying that. So this Prabhupada claims that that means Krishna is the source of even the Virata Rup or Vishwarup. not otherwise. Krishna doesn't come from Vishwarup, but Vishwarup is another energy or form of Krishna. And that's what we said, Krishna said in the previous chapter also, athava bahūnetena kimnyatena tava Arjuna, vishtabhyamidam Krishnam ekam shena sthido jagat. After describing many of his opulences in the 10th chapter, in the end, he concludes that what is the need of all these opulences describing to you? Just by a fragment of my energy, I sustain and support this whole universe. So Krishna's, just a fragment of Krishna's energy support this universe. So even Vishwarup is also just one of his energies. Even though it is nānā-vidhāni, it is variegated. It has multicolors, multiple forms and everything, but it is just Krishna's energy. So Krishna is the source of Vishwarup. And because he is the source, he is controller and he owns that roop, he doesn't have to do anything to show that form. He can immediately show this to Arjuna. He says, now you can see this. My opulences, see now. Not that, oh, I have to go, I have to meditate, I have to do something, and then I have to prepare, and then I will show you this form. After some time, I can show you only this. No. Immediately. And what he shows is actually the whole, how this whole creation is sustained. So what Arjuna says that we will read in this chapter eventually is glorious, is gigantic universal form, how the whole universe is supported by that personality. So even if we want to create something in this material universe, we have to go through so much planning and then procurement and then purchasing and then building and construction and quality management and assurance and then all that stuff before that whole structure. If even some bridge or even if we are building some big structure, big building or something, to build that, it takes lots of energy, time, planning and everything.
Yes.
But here, Krishna is showing universal form, which is that any gigantic structure that what we build on this planet Earth is very tiny, puny in front of that. But for that, he doesn't have to work hard or plan or do some meditation or get some material and then show. No, it is immediate. So that's what God is. That's what Krishna is. And that's what we are talking about. This is because unfortunately, many times when we say God, we say it so casually. We don't understand the depth behind that word, God, depth behind the word Bhagavan. What or real greatness of Bhagavan. And this is the greatness. This is what Krishna is showing immediately. So let's read the purport. Madhu Prabhu, do you want to read the purport? Okay. Madhu Prabhu, if you are reading, we cannot hear you.
Arjuna wanted to see Krishna in his universal form, which, although a transcendental form, is just manifested for the cosmic manifestation and is therefore subject to the temporary time of this material nature. As the material nature is manifested and not manifested, similarly, this universal form of Krishna is manifested and non-manifested. It is not eternally situated in the spiritual sky like Krishna's other forms. As far as a devotee is concerned, he is not eager to see the universal form, but because Arjuna wanted to see Krishna in this way, Krishna reveals this form. This universal form is not possible to be seen by any ordinary man. Krishna must give one the power to see it.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So this is, again, this universal form is temporary. This universal form, Krishna enters in material creation as a universal form to support this and to maintain this. Because material creation itself is temporary and it is going through the cycles of creation, maintenance, and annihilation, that form is not needed when the material world or material creation is annihilated and it goes in the dormant state. So that's why this form is not permanent like other forms in the Vaikuntha. So there are this material creation. So the whole creation, we talked some time back that it is only one portion of the whole creation. Just like when we develop a city, in the city planning, in the planning, there goes, we need many things, right? We need schools, we need roads, we need hospital, we need offices, we need many different buildings, we need parks. But at the same time, there is the government also plans one more thing in that whole city, and that is prison house. Because unfortunately, there are tendencies in the living entities that they, for some or the other reason, they get involved into some criminal activities, some abominable activities, some activities that may not be good for the society in general or people in general, and therefore they needs to go through a process that is called correction and rehabilitation. And that for that correction process, they are given different types of what do you call treatment. Somebody may be corrected only by punishment.
Yes.
Somebody may be corrected by some advice, good advice, because they are intelligent enough. Just by good advice or some chastisement, they will get corrected and they will become good citizen again. They can be released. Somebody may not even listen after punishment, so they have to be given severe punishment. And for that, there has to be a place called prison house or jail. In the same manner, in the whole creation, this material world is like a correction place. So all the living entities here, as we are, we need to be corrected. We, for some or the other reason, at some point, we are envious of Krishna. And because we are envious of Krishna, even though Krishna says in the 5th chapter, Bhoktaram Yagnatapasam Sarva Loka Maheshwaram, that he is the only supreme enjoyer, but we want to compete with Krishna. We want to enjoy ourselves. And that's why Krishna created out of mercy this material world where he gives us opportunity that you can try to enjoy the material elements here to the best of your ability. But there are laws of this material nature, and you are bound by those laws and you have to follow those laws. There is no option that you do not follow. Just like the current government law, somebody may not follow, and because of its own nature, they may be free. They may not get punished for that because of the corruption and so other stuff. But material nature, the laws of material nature don't work like that. Everybody follows the laws of nature and nobody is an exception. They are so stringent that everybody has to get results of their the consequences of their activities. And that's what the law of karma is. And it acts perfectly well. So that's what we go through, that correction process. And this, so just like there is the necessity of jail or prison house in the city or town, there is unfortunately a necessity of material world for the people like us who fell from spiritual world, or for some other reason we become envious of Krishna. And then for our correction, this material world is created. and the jailer is called Durga. Durga Devi is the controller of this material world. That's why this creation, in the whole creation, this whole material world, which is many universes, multi-universes, the controller is Durga Devi. And that's why this is called Devi Dhama. So in the Brahma Samhita, there are 4 different categories of dham. They are given. The lowest in this material world is called Devi Dham. Above this is called Mahesh Dham, where Lord Sadashiv is the supreme controller, the supreme deity. Devi Dham. In the Devi Dham, Durga Devi is the controller. She is the one who facilitates everything, and by her facilitation, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva create, maintain, and annihilate. Then Mahesh Dham, and above that is Hari Dham, which is also known as Vaikuntha Dham, which is much, much bigger than this material world, and it has unlimited Vaikuntha planets. So, and that's where here in the purport, when Prabhupada says that in the spiritual sky, where Krishna's other forms, they are eternally situated. That's where Hari Dham or Vaikuntha Dham is. That's where Krishna's unlimited forms are eternally situated. They don't get annihilated. They are eternal. But Vishwarup is not like that. It is temporary until the material world is existing. When it gets annihilated, there is no need for Vishwarup until it gets created again. And then the topmost planet in the spiritual planet is called Goloka Vrindavan. That's where Krishna is eternally residing, and he is performing his lila or pastimes with his very confidential associates eternally. So these are the 4 different categories of dham. We are in Devi Dham. And in this Devi Dham, there are multiple universes, and in each universe, the universe is supported by this Vishwarup. So each universe is called Vishwa, and each universe is supported by this Vishwarup. And that's what Arjuna is wanting to see. Now, Prabhupada also writes here that devotees are not very attracted to this Vishwarup actually. Because in the Vishwarup, it is very ghastly. It is very not so pleasant. And there is no devotee or bhakta cannot reciprocate or have a reciprocal loving relationship with this Vishwarup. And that's why devotees are not very fond of this Vishwarup. They don't want to see this. But this is, as we spoke last week, this is Arjuna is setting a bar. If in future, if somebody claims to be God, then how can we counter them? That if they are God, then they can show us the Vishwarup. Now, Vishwarup is shown in this kalpa twice, or in the Mahabharata, there is a mention of this Vishwarup was displayed twice by Lord Sri Krishna. So one is here on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, when Arjuna is requesting Krishna to display this Vishwarup. So that's where Krishna displays this. And once before even the war began, when Lord Krishna went as a messenger of Pandavas to the assembly of Dhritarashtra and Kauravas for a peace messenger to avoid war, and the only request he put was these Pandavas, 5 Pandavas are well-deserving Kshatriyas. They are very righteous persons, and you should give their own share for maintaining. For Kshatriya, the duty is to rule over the people, protect them, and for that protection, they can levy some taxes on them, and then they live accordingly. That's the duty of a Kshatriya. And Pandavas being Kshatriya, because they have to live in that way, so Krishna requests that you should give them at least 5 small villages where they will be living happily. They won't bother you. The rest of whole kingdom, you can have it and Duryodhana can rule it. So in that, Duryodhan is so adamant that he says that forget about 5 villages. I will not give them a piece of land that can be held on the top tip of the what do you call needle. And then in that, after not, he doesn't stop only there, but because he does not know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is Bhagavan himself, he tries to capture Krishna. He tries to order his soldiers to capture Krishna and put him in jail. And that's where Krishna gets angry and he said, you are trying to capture me? And then he displays his universal form. And then in that universal form, everybody in the assembly sees that. And everybody sees in their own perception. So Kauravas gets very afraid because of this ghastly universal form. Vidur and Bhishma offer obeisances to the form. They see that Lord, oh, this is my Lord. Bhishma is one of the greatest devotees of Krishna. And Vidur, so is Vidur. So they are seeing that Adbhut form, seeing that Divya form, they just offer obeisances and they are mesmerized by that form. There is a mention, even Dhritarashtra sees that form, even though he's blind, but he realizes something is happening and he doesn't know. And then he shouts out to Krishna, oh Krishna, what is happening? I want to see this. What is happening? I don't know. And then Krishna gives him the vision that he can see this universal form there. So even though Dhritarashtra is blind, he sees that universal form in the assembly of Kurus. And then eventually then Krishna leaves, and then obviously the soldiers and Duryodhan cannot capture him. So that is the another place where Krishna displays this universal form. So those are the two mentions where it is not full, just like Arjuna will hear in this chapter, but it is a partial universal form that is displayed in the Mahabharata before even this war began in the assembly of Kurus, Kauravas. So just wanted to mention that. But yeah, those are some thoughts on this verse. Any other reflections before we move on to the next verse?
या प्रसंगावरती ना एक मला वाटतं नीरज म्हणून कवी आहेत तिथं, त्याला त्यांची एक फार सुंदर कविता आहे त्याला, आणि ती आशुतोष राणानी हे केलेली, काय नॅरेट केलेली, फार सुंदर कविता आहे, युट्यूब वरती अवेलेबल आहे.
खूप छान आहे ते. यांनी बऱ्याच यांनी आपले कोण आपचं विश्वास, कुमार विश्वासनी पण हे केलेली ते.
हो का?
हो का? फार सुंदर आहे त्याचं एक्सप्रेशन जे आहे ना.
बहुतेक ऐकली असावी मी, पण परत एकदा बघितली. महाभारतात खूप सुंदर उल्लेख आहे त्याचा. Anyway, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to the next verse. So what is Krishna saying? That you can see immediately, and now he's seeing what you can see. paśyādityān vasūn rudrān.
paśyādityān varun rudrān. Vasūn rudrān.
paśyādityān vasūn rudrān.
paśyādityān vasūn rudrān.
Aśvinau marutas tathā.
Aśvinau marutas tathā.
Aśvinau marutas tathā.
Aśvinau marutas tathā.
bahūny adṛṣṭa-pūrvāṇi.
bahūny
adṛṣṭa-pūrvāṇi.
bahūny adṛṣṭa-pūrvāṇi.
bahūny adṛṣṭa-pūrvāṇi.
paśyāścaryāṇi bhārata.
paśyāścaryāṇi bhārata.
paśyāścaryāṇi bhārata.
paśyāścaryāṇi
paśyāścaryāṇi bhārata
paśyādityān vasūn rudrān
paśyādityān vasūn rudrān
aśvinau marutas tathā
aśvinau marutas
aśvinau
tathā
marutas tathā
bahūny adṛṣṭa-pūrvāṇi
bahūny adṛṣṭa-pūrvāṇi
adṛṣṭa-pūrvāṇi
paśyāścaryāṇi bhārata.
paśyāścaryāṇi
paśyāścaryāṇi bhārata.
Madhu Prabhu, you want to lead?
paśyādityān vasūn rudrān
paśyādityān vasūn rudrān
aśvinau marutas tathā
aśvinau marutas tathā
bahūny adṛṣṭa-pūrvāṇi
bahūny
adṛṣṭa-pūrvāṇi
paśyāścaryāṇi bhārata.
paśyāścaryāṇi bhārata. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So what Krishna is saying, paśya means see. What he's asking to see? Ādityān, the 12 sons of Aditi, the Ādityas. Vasūn, the 8 Vasus. Rudrān, the 11 forms of Rudra. Aśvinau, the 2 Aśvinī-kumāras. Maruta, the 49 maruts, the demigods of wind. Tathā means also. Bahūny means many. Adṛṣṭa means that you have not seen before. Pūrvāṇi, before. Paśya means see. Aścaryāṇi means all the wonders, something that is āścaryavat. Bhārata, oh best of the Bhārata. So Lord Krishna further saying, now you see everything. So what does he say? You see, oh best of the Bhāratas. So he is referring here to Arjuna here. So, oh best of the Bhārata dynasty. See here the different manifestations of Ādityas, Vasus, Rudras, Aśvinī-kumāras, and all other demigods. Behold the many wonderful things which no one has ever seen or heard before. So he is now describing what Arjuna can see in this form immediately. That you will see all, not only the earthly planet or earthly things, but he is going beyond this earthly planet and all the different demigods who are from the Swargaloka, different planetary systems. So Ādityas, Vasus, Rudras, Aśvinī-kumāras, these are all the controlling deities in this material creation, in this universe. So, and other demigods, he says you can see all of them, everything you can see right now, right here. And this, everything is so wonderful and nobody has seen this ever before. But because you have requested and you are my devotee, I am going to show this to you. So, small purport here. Rajesh Anantaraman Prabhu, you want to read this?
Even though Arjuna was a personal friend of Krishna and the most advanced of learned men, it was still not possible for him to know everything about Krishna. Here it is stated that humans have neither heard nor known of all these forms and manifestations. Now Krishna reveals these wonderful forms.
Thank you. So, even a person like Arjuna, who is eternal associate of Krishna, who is Sakshat Nara-Narayana Rishi, who is eternally always with Krishna, but even he cannot know everything about Krishna because Krishna is unlimited. His energies, his opulences, his forms, his activities, everything about Krishna is unlimited, infinite. It is very difficult for anybody to know about him. So if who is personal friend of Krishna, Arjuna can, or the most advanced learned man, he cannot see what, when we ask, show me God, or I want to know God, it's very difficult for us to comprehend what God is. But Krishna, based on our ability, our capability, he is always ready to reveal us. He reveals us in the way our capacity allows us to understand. We cannot understand everything, but at least with this, Krishna is giving us knowledge. We can at least appreciate how great Krishna is, how great God is. We may not know really how great it, but we can understand that he is beyond my capacity of understanding, beyond the perception of my senses, beyond my intelligence. And forget about us or any person in the universe or anywhere. In the 10th chapter, in the beginning also, he says that Name vidu surgana prabhavam na maharshaya. That na me, do not know me who? All surgana, all the devatas, all the great rishis, prabhavam, na maharshaya, great maharshis, they also don't know me. Even if they try to understand, they cannot understand me. They don't know me. So he's just giving us to a glimpse of what he is in various ways throughout these many chapters of Bhagavad Gita. And we have to understand this from a very from the great acharyas, because they have realized this, and from whom we can understand this. They are able to show us Krishna or explain about Krishna in truth because they have realized Krishna to their capacity. And that's why we have to surrender to them and we have to learn it from them. Because from many chapters we have been reading about Krishna. In the 7th chapter, Krishna said that Rasoham apsu kaunteya prabhasmi shashi-suryayo pranavas sarva vedeshu shabdakhe paurusham darsha. I am the taste of water. I am the prabhasmi shashi-suryayo. I am the prabha or tej. I am the splendor of sun and moon. Pranavas sarva vedeshu. I am the onkara or the sound vibration, the transcendental sound vibration in the Vedic literature.
Yes.
Shabda Khe, I am the sound vibration in the space. Paurusham Drsho, I am the Paurusha, means the, what do you call? The ability to rule in the kings or the people who are strong. I am the strength in the strong, basically. So all this, he has been giving us glimpse of how we can see him. But still, even if I understand this, it is really hard for us to understand this. And that's why he's saying that here he stated that humans have neither heard nor known of all these forms or manifestations. Even this gigantic form, which we are part of, in which we are supported by, which is maintaining us, we see around us, but we don't realize what it is. We can understand that it is governed by some laws, it is governed by some rules which nobody can break. Everybody who has born has to die. Nobody can stop that. Nobody can say that, oh, I don't care, I won't die, I can break this rule. No, nobody can say that. Everybody has to grow old, go through that old age. Even though we try to defy old age, even though we try to do so many research and development and try to find so many medications, doesn't matter. We are bound by that law and we have to follow that law, and we all have to grow old. So everybody has to do that. So we are seeing that we are governed by these laws of nature. But still, we are so adamant that we say that, oh, I am independent. I don't care for God. I don't care for anything. Because we have not seen, we don't understand what really God is. How does he work? Maya dakshina prakriti suyate sacharacharam. Krishna says that this prakriti, we appreciate that prakriti, this material nature. It's beautiful, it is doing wonderful things, and it can turn things in one hurricane and everything is gone. एक बार झाड़ू मार दिया सब city के city is gone. It's Krishna's vacuum cleaner. Somebody said that. So he cleans whole thing in like a minute. Like one torrents of rain and the whole city can drown. Or one earthquake and the whole city can shake. So we don't know how this functions. We think we are in control. We think we are making advancement. Yes, we are to some degrees, but we still are not advanced enough to know how wonderful Krishna's energy is working. And that's what Krishna is saying. Behold many wonderful things which no one has ever seen. And that's what he's going to show Arjuna. So let's do one more verse and then probably we can stop. And where is he showing? He's not going to take him somewhere. Ihaikastham. Here, right now, right here. So let's do this. Ihaikastham jagatkritsnam.
Ihaikastham jagatkritsnam.
Ihaikastham jagatkritsnam.
Ihaikastham jagatkritsnam.
Paśyādya sacharacharam.
Paśyādya sacharacharam.
Paśyādya sacharacharam.
Paśyādya sacharacharam.
Mama dehi gudakesha.
Mama dehe
gudakesha.
Mama dehi gudakesha.
Mama dehe gudakesha.
Yachanyad drashtumichhasi.
Yachanyam drashtumichhasi.
Yachanyad drashtumichhasi.
Chanyat drashtumichhasi.
Ihaikastham jagatkritsnam.
Ihaikastham jagatkritsnam.
Paśyādya sacharacharam.
Paśyādyascha characharam.
Mama dehi gudakesha.
Mama dehe gudakesha.
Yachanyad drashtumichhasi.
Chanyat drashtumichhasi.
Okay, Rajesh Prabhu. Go ahead and leave it.
Anantram.
Yeah.
Ihaikastham jagatkritsnam.
Ihaikastham jagatkritsnam.
Paśyādyascha characharam.
Paśyādya sacharacharam.
Mama dehe gudakesha.
Mama dehi gudakesha.
Yachanyat drashtumichhasi.
Yachanyad drashtumichhasi. Okay, let's do word for word. So what Krishna is saying that, where will you see this universal form? Right now, right here. So here he says, Iha, in this, ekastham, in one place, Jagat, the universe, kritsnam means complete, completely, paśya means seeing, adya means immediately, right now,
Yes.
ta means with, chara means the moving, and acharam means and non-moving, mama means my, dehe means in this body, Gudakesha, he's referring to Arjuna as Gudakesha. He's second time referring to Arjuna as Gudakesha. Here in the first chapter also he mentioned Gudakesha. And then Yat means that which, Cha means also, Anyat means other, Drashtum means to see, and Ichhasi means as you desire or as you wish. So Lord Krishna is further saying, O Arjuna, whatever you wish to see, ichhasi, drashtum ichhasi, whatever you wish to see, behold at once in this body of mine. Right now, right here, you can see in my body. This universal form can show you whatever you now desire to see and whatever you may want to see in the future. So you can see past, present, and future, everything right now, right here in my body. And of whom? Everything moving and non-moving is here completely in one place. So he doesn't have to take him anywhere, or he doesn't have to bring something from anywhere. Right now, right here, he says, whatever you want to see, you can see according to your desire in this body, even the future. So Arjuna could see even the result of the war, and he saw what he saw. We will see that. So let's read the purport and then we'll discuss and conclude today. Sunil Prabhu, do you want to read the purport quickly?
No one can see the entire universe while sitting in one place. Even the most advanced scientist cannot see what is going on in other parts of the universe. But a devotee like Arjun can see everything that exists in any part of the universe. Krishna gives him the power to see anything he wants to see, past, present, and future. Thus, by the mercy of Krishna, Arjuna is able to see everything.
Thank you very much. So, see, all the scientists are working so hard how this universe functions, what is in the other part of the universe, and everything. And they are working very hard, and they are trying by their own experimental knowledge, own efforts to see the universe. But Arjuna is a devotee, and Krishna shows him in one place everything, anywhere, whatever part of the universe, whatever you want to see, you can see right now, right here. And from the realization of many scientists who understood the vastness of this universe, or the laws of this universe, how this universe is functioning, how this is miraculous, they all appreciated God. The real scientists who understand, or the universe who understand the laws of nature, they all became theists. They never remained atheists, because they realized that this whole thing is working so precisely, so meticulously, so following rules and regulations, without somebody, or we think without somebody controlling. So it is not possible that it is not controlled. Because even to build something here, let's say building a train that is going from one place to another place, to follow the rules and regulations, there is so much control that is dependent, and it has to be controlled by something. It cannot happen automatically. And that's why these scientists, many of them, they realize that to say that this universe is functioning automatically, or it has come into existence automatically, is not fair. And the one story I always hear from many places, either in Krishna conscious or other places, that once in Newton's home, once his friend came and he saw that there is a in the big hall, there is a very beautiful model of the whole solar system created, and it was functioning very particularly. It was so nicely arranged that all the planets will rotate around sun, the way and the placement and everything was done very perfectly. And then he said, wow, this is very beautiful model of solar system. Who built this? And Newton's answer was, oh no, it just came into existence. In the morning, I woke up and it was here. So his friend said, you're joking. It is impossible. It is impossible that this model, such a beautiful model working so nicely, came into existence out of nowhere. So Newton's answer to him was, if you think that this small model cannot come into existence automatically, how can you think the real thing that is working can come into existence automatically without somebody building it, without a intelligent behind it, without a big brain behind it? And so obviously his friend was not able to answer that. And that's what many people say, that there is a Big Bang theory. There was a small chunk and then a bang happened and everything automatically started working. But yeah, so many people trying to see the parts of the universe and everything, how we can see this. But a devotee of Krishna, when we dedicate our life, when we serve Krishna, Krishna shows us everything what we want to see. But a devotee never want to see anything, because when they see Krishna, they see everything. Sarvam khalvidam Brahma. Because Krishna is source of everything, everything is seen when Krishna is seen. Everything is understood when we understand Krishna. The other story from Bhagavatam and Mahabharata also, that when Mother Yashoda wanted to see that Krishna ate dirt, and she asked him to open the mouth. What did she see in his mouth? The whole universe, or multiple universes. So that Krishna, this whole universe, everything is in Krishna. And then she thought she was going mad, and she fainted after that. That's a very beautiful pastime, beautiful Leela of Krishna in the Srimad Bhagavatam described. But that's what Krishna is. He is the source of everything. Everything is in him, but at the same time, he is not in him. We read that in the 9th chapter, right? So everything is in me, and he is in everything, but at the same time, he is not part of this creation, because he is the one who created this. But through his energy, he has entered in everything, and in that sense, he is in everything. Just like here, he is describing, I am in this universe as a Viraṭa, but he's not part of this creation. So he's outside this. Actually, in Srimad Bhagavatam, there is very beautiful verse. What does it say? Aham eva sameva agare. That when Brahmaji offers prayers to Krishna after when Brahmaji is created at the beginning of the universe, and then Krishna gives him darshan, and then Krishna gives him instruction. And there are what is called Chatushloki Bhagavatam, just like we have Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita verses in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, verses 8 to 11 are called Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita. In the same manner, there are only four seed verses of Bhagavatam. So whole Bhagavatam is in those verses, but it is expanded for our understanding by different stories, different pastimes, different historic events. So in those four instructions that Krishna gives to Lord Brahma, the first one is Aham eva sameva agare, that even before the creation, I was there. I, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, was there. I am there even during the creation, and I will be there even after the annihilation of this material creation, because I am separate from this. That Supreme Personality of Godhead, always exists before and after the creation also. That is the sum and substance of that verse. So that is Krishna. He is always existing, not like us that he get annihilated some point and goes in dormant state and then is forced to come back and based on the laws of karma. No, that's not true. But by his mercy, we can understand him. So that's why it says here, a devotee like Krishna, Arjuna can see everything that exists in any part of the universe, or be even beyond the universe, in other universes they can see if they desire to. Because Krishna can show everything, because he is the creator of everything. So I think we will stop there. So very nice beginning of this chapter, and very nice vision of Arjuna that we will see. So any thoughts and reflections, Prabhuji's? So what we read today is from verses 5 to 7, where Krishna says that on the request of Arjuna, Krishna says that now you can see my opulence and the variegated form, which is which consists of different devatas, all the Ādityas, Vasus, Rudras, Aśvinī-kumāras, marutas, and all other devatas. And you can see it right now and right here, the whole universal form, and you can see past, present, and future. And here in this one place, right now, right here, completely in my body. So that's where we read today. So yes, Prabhuji, any thoughts or reflections?
नाही नाही काय.
So if not, we will stop here today.